and Housing Coalition of Kentucky. And many thanks to the KHC staff who put this meeting together and the materials for us.
Come on, slide screen. Sorry, Adrian, I'm letting
You're
people
trying to
in.
manage the lobby and drive the slide deck, so.
And luckily, I'm not great at that. I mean, unluckily. I don't know why I can't get the screens to. Let me see. Give me 1 second.
Deborah Williams
is now joining.
All right, guys. All right, share. Let's go. All right, for some reason I can't get it to advance on my laptop, so I'm going over here to my desktop, but then it doesn't want to give us the whole.
Lisa, we can make this work. Like,
I'm sorry.
no, that's fine.
Lisa, let me just ask you a
Yes.
quick question. Have you gone up to the little, you see the little icon up on the left that says slideshow?
Right up
Have
here.
you, well, I can't see where you're pointing, but it's,
Okay.
yeah, it's
I was
where it
doing the
says
one down on the
file,
right.
home, insert, all that.
Thank you.
Where it says slideshow, you may be able to do it that way.
Right.
If you click
Zoom.
on that, but I don't want to mess you up, so.
No. That's what I did. See, it says resume slideshow.
Oh, yeah,
And I
yeah,
clicked on that and it's still.
yeah. It's just.
I'm so sorry. Let's see.
Lisa, is this on the P drive? Is it something that maybe I could access and try for you?
You're welcome to. It is on the P drive.
Okay, let me see if I can get into it. You know, sometimes you can't get into all the folders.
We can all see it fine as far as that goes.
I know, but it's just annoying when you you know
I was
how
gonna say
it's
we
supposed
can't
to
see
work.
it. Mhm.
Let's see. Let me try something.
Is it under HPAC on the P drive?
Let me look at the folder. It's under Affordable Housing Trust Fund.
Okay.
There's a folder.
Yep, I see the folder. Okay,
Then there's one that's Advisory Committee.
got it. Let me see if I
Oh.
can get it. I can. Okay, PowerPoints. I'm opening it, so I'll see if it worked for me.
Oh wait, now it seems to be working for some reason.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Maybe you did something magic to it.
It was just, it got ornery on you. That's all.
Well, no, it's not moving. Gosh, this is quite embarrassing. I'm sorry, everybody.
You're fine. It's technology. I'm opening it, so we'll see if it will work for me.
Great. And I think we're ready to move on to the agenda.
Thank you, Kelly.
Yes. Okay, so we are going to do introductions, and we have a large slate of new members coming online. So I will call on folks.
And we have a slide for that, if that helps. Sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah.
Adrian. I just thought we could have names
Oh, yeah, sorry. Let's go through the slide deck since we have it. We don't have to, improvise. We do have quorum. We're constituted to do business, and now we're up to new committee members. So I think we'll go in order of the slide. And I would like to ask each one of you to introduce yourself and tell us one fun thing in your bio that people may not be aware of, or maybe they are aware of, but it's still really fun. So we'll start with you, Robert.
Well, I don't know about fun, but I'm honored to be here. It's a pleasure to serve with you guys. Appreciate the invitation from Kentucky Housing, and I've been an agent almost 3 years, and but I've got extensive experience in lending, and I understand money and credit and people. Having been in sales and finance for about 40 years, and I'm retired. And I sat at home for about 3 weeks and got my real estate license. And so I'm working a few more hours than I was when I had an actual job for the paycheck. But I'm enjoying myself a lot more. And as I said, I'm glad to be here with you guys this morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Pleasure to meet you. Okay, my old friend Laurent.
Good morning, everyone. Well, I actually wrote something for this beautiful committee, but before I proceed to introduce myself, allow me to say thank you to Kentucky Housing Corporation and to its stakeholders for all that which you do to expand and sustain affordable housing solution for Kentuckians and in Kentucky. I say that Kentucky Housing Corporation, fondly known as KHC, is a story of long and resilient love story between myself and Kentucky Housing Corporation. So thank you again for allowing me to serve. My name is Laurent Wigpont, and I'm one of the senior vice president at Stockyard Bank and Trust and director for engagement and outreach. My role at Stockyard Bank and Trust is to identify what we call impact investing and help meet the needs of the community we serve. Thank you again for allowing me to serve. Thank you, Adrienne. It's a pleasure to see you.
It's great to see you too. All right, Deborah Williams, are you on the call?
I am, and I apologize. I downloaded Teams on my phone this morning and thought it was working appropriately, but obviously when I got ready to join the meeting, something didn't work the way it should have. And unfortunately, as I am at work today, PNC does not allow us to be on Teams calls that are recorded. So that's one of the things about the banking industry. But again, I am Deborah Williams. I am with PNC Bank. I've been with the bank for, actually, I just celebrated my 25th year last week.
Congrats.
So I've been with the bank now for 25 years. And one thing about me that a lot of folks don't know is that I like to fish. And it's something that I used to say was something I would do to relieve stress. And I haven't been able to go fishing in about 2 years. So a lot of that stress has built up. So it's about time for me to go. But thank you all for having me and happy to be here.
Thanks, Deborah. All right, Travis.
I did not see him join, Adrian, so he may not be here today.
I'm
Okay,
here.
well, oh,
Oh,
you're
he is
here.
here. He is. Okay.
Great.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry,
I'm good, I'm
Travis.
good. So,
My bad.
oh, you're okay. No worries. So I appreciate Kentucky Housing Corporation having me back on this committee. So I did this. I was on the committee quite a few. I think it's probably been about a good maybe 7 or 8 years now. But I was previously on this committee. Look forward to being a part of this committee again going forward. I think I guess maybe that's maybe also my interesting fact is I was previously on this committee and am now back again. So and look forward to working with you all.
Thanks, Travis. Is Kayla on?
I think I saw her.
Okay.
No,
Well,
perhaps not.
yeah, Kayla Carter Smith is the public policy manager at the Kentucky Association of Counties, otherwise known as KACO, where she's kind of their government relations person. So good addition to the committee. And then Gabe Fritz, which I don't believe he is on.
He is.
Correct, Lisa? He is.
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it. I think I'm a little early. I think my term won't begin until the new year, but I'm just kind of tagging along today to get a lay of the land. I appreciate the opportunity. I'm the vice president and COO of the Housing Partnership, which is a nonprofit real estate development company that's based in Louisville, but we work across the state and the region.
Well, we're glad you're here, especially since you are early. That's great. All right. Next slide, please. Oh, before we do that, if you have not had a chance to introduce yourself, and you would like to do so, please do. I'm going to start with Terry Johnson because she's on my screen.
Good morning. I'm Terry Johnson. I'm with the Kentucky League of Cities, and I'm honored to be part of the committee. Do you want me to say something fun about myself, Adrian?
Sure, I need more fun in my life, so
Okay.
I encourage
Well,
everyone to do so.
I kind of have a good one. Yesterday I booked a trip to France for next
Ooh.
year. So anyway, I'll be retiring next July, and I booked a trip to
Oh.
France next August. So anyway, happy to be here with all of you all, and thanks for having me.
That's great news. I see, let's see, Matt Reynolds. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Matt Reynolds. I'm with Habitat for Humanity of Henderson, Kentucky, and we are a proud user of KHC. We have been using grant funds, home funds specifically, for several years, and without KHC, we would it'd be very difficult to do as well as we've done. So.
Great. Any other members of the committee? Sorry, sometimes I struggle with the pictures and
I think
initials on
Jennifer
Teams.
Smith is on.
Great.
Hello, I'm Jennifer Smith. I'm with KCEOC Community Action Partnership.
Wonderful. Any other committee members before KHC staff? Okay. All right. And I don't know how KHC staff want to handle introductions.
I'll go
We can
first.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can defer to Wendy.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Wendy Smith. I'm Deputy Executive Director over Housing Programs at KHC. a short version of that is I'm on the executive team and I'm over all of our housing programs with the exception of our mortgage lending and loan servicing, which is in our finance shop. So everything from homelessness, weatherization, single family home building, multifamily development, and all of our back end compliance and asset management's under me. Lisa?
I'm Lisa Barron, and I'm currently work part-time at Kentucky Housing, and I am coordinating the committees. So hopefully I'll be able to get the slideshow working for our future meeting. But I really want to thank all our new members and our graduating, maybe we should say, members. We couldn't do the committee without you. So thank you so much.
I can go next. My name is Kendrick Vonderschmidt. I'm the Managing Director of Corporate Planning and Accountability. And either myself or someone from my team shows up here to do the financial statement every meeting. We track grants and administer draws for the corporation.
I'll go next. I'm Adrienne Douglas. I'm the program financial analyst. I work under Kendrick in CP&A. So you could see him or myself in emails or pulling data for you.
I'm Kelly Reynolds, and I am the Assistant Director in our Housing Contract Administration Division Department, and I am over weatherization and single family development.
Good morning. My name is Justin Long. I am a program administrator for multifamily projects. I've been with KHC for 10 years.
And I think that wraps up introductions.
We have
Thanks for
Austin, who's here with our communications.
Sorry.
He's just helping recording. And we always, because these are public meetings, they're always live streamed on KHC's YouTube channel. So Austin's taking care of that for us, and we appreciate it.
Thank you, Austin. Okay. All right. Well, with that, now that everybody knows each other, we can move into a consideration and approval of minutes. You should receive the meeting materials from Lisa. And with that, I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes from January 27th.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, dealer's choice on who gets credit for that. Any questions or discussion on the minutes?
And Adrienne, if you don't mind, just for the next minutes, because I can't see all the pictures either. Was that Matt who did the first and Terry the second?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. Any questions or discussion about the minutes? All right, with that, all in favor, please say aye or
Aye.
raise your hand.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, minutes are adopted. And we can move on to the financial report with Kendrick.
Thank you. All right, so we have a quick financial report. I've got two slides here. The first one is our HTF receipts. We receive these quarterly from the finance department, which comes through the fees paid every time a mortgage is booked against in the state of Kentucky. You can see that relative to last year and the year before, our quarterly payments have been modestly higher, but still not the gangbusters we were doing with all the refinancing that happened and the new home buying that happened during the pandemic. But again, that 4-quarter trailing average, that green line on your graph here, does show that we are modestly increasing the amount of funds, at least in a nominal way.
Kendrick,
And
if you
this-
don't mind going back to that for just a sec.
Sure thing.
I'm I just want to note, while we are seeing a slight uptick, as you all see from the chart, it's well below previous averages of our quarterly receipts, which is, as Kendrick said, a function of home buying activity, because it's those recording fees that fund the trust fund. In addition, when you think about the cost of construction, this is a really dismal amount of fee revenue for the Affordable Housing Trust Fund, because building each home costs so much more, and the affordability headwinds on our low-income buyers or our low-income renters is so strong that it sometimes takes more subsidy for that rental unit or that home ownership unit. And so we're glad to see the numbers ticking up a wee bit, but I just want to offer a sobering note that it's really, really insufficient to be looking at, $4 million, $5 million a year in trust fund dollars for the entire state.
Absolutely.
Sorry,
Thank you,
Kendrick.
Mandy.
I know you were trying to
No.
give it kind of a silver lining, and
No, that's fair.
I'm here to undo that.
And if the committee would like, I can actually inflation adjust the numbers, maybe do like a little transformation, something not
That
hard
could
to
be
put
pretty,
together.
yeah.
And it would maybe put that sobering tone back on the chart. All right, so that's something I'll pass through to Lisa for next quarter or next biennial meeting. And the second slide here is our just a breakdown of how much funding we have in our various HTF bank accounts and the outstanding commitments against those funds. Those are funds committed to a project. You'll see we've got a little over 12.8 million in our accounts, and these are we've got 12.3 million awarded to various projects throughout the Commonwealth, both single family and multifamily development. And that leaves us with a balance of just under $750,000. If you compare that to where the same figure was a year ago, you'll notice that we're significantly in a better position, and that is that is mostly due to some multifamily funds that were not awarded in fiscal 26. We'll be making some additional commitments in fiscal 27, which we'll talk about a little bit about later. That all being said, we have plenty financially healthy funds to commit in the coming fiscal year. With that, I'll leave it open for any more comments or questions.
I have a question, Kendrick.
Yes.
When we look at the previous slide that you just showed, and then Wendy mentioned the challenges that we are facing, if I were to ask you, based upon your experience, when you look at those figures, where do you think we should be if we were to breathe easy, comparing to the incoming receipts?
Honestly, compared to the applications that we get every year for both single family and multifamily, there's almost never enough. We would maybe need to double our receipts before we would kind of meet that demand. And then I kind of suspect that the asks would get higher behind it because there's plenty of continued work to do. Now we are incredibly lucky that we did receive an allocation of $2.5 million this year and $2.5 million next year from the state, in addition to what you see here on the receipts for fiscal year 27 and 28. But I wouldn't characterize the line going up even to historical precedents being breathe easy room for the affordable housing sector.
Thank you.
All right. No further questions or comments. I think we're turning it over to Wendy.
I'll just note, thanks so much, Kendrick. One of our, I think, statutory responsibilities to you all as an advisory committee is to do this every 6-month financial report. I mean, you ought to want to see it and you deserve to see it anyway, but I want to just make sure it's clear to you all that's part of what the statute requires us to do. Some of what we offer you all is information that's not required by statute, but we still feel like it's important for you all as an advisory committee. And that's where I come in with this. I wanted to just go over, and this really touches, Laurent, kind of on your question, which is what got proposed in this last legislative session tied to the Affordable Housing Trust Fund that did not pass and that did pass. So here's what didn't pass. One was a push to modernize and price index the fees that fund the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. And I'll give this overview, and then Adrian, if you want to give any extra color or context, please feel free. The proposal was to basically increase, there are two $6 fees that go into the trust fund when mortgages are recorded. And one was going to go from $6 to $23, and one would go from $6 to $13. And then also those fees would get tied to the consumer price index so that they would just regularly increase over time, because I can tell you, anytime a fixed dollar amount, flat dollar amount is put into legislation, it gets really crusty really fast and really outdated really fast. And because our fees are still $6 per document, that is why our receipts are so very low. That in addition to low, kind of real estate activity because of high interest rates. So that did not pass, but we were very glad to see it get as far as it did. Adrian, I'll pause in case you want to add anything.
I think this was a measure that was filed by Representative Steve Bratcher from Elizabethtown, Hardin County, which is one of the fastest growing areas in the Commonwealth. He is a realtor and really saw the importance of it and championed the measure. We presented on what it would do back in September of 2025 to the Interim Housing Task Force. It met some opposition, kind of knee-jerk opposition of like, we oppose any fees anywhere that would increase housing costs. I think this is one of the few fees that doesn't just sit in the county clerk's office. It does actually go into a fund that then is competitively distributed across 120 counties by Kentucky Housing Corporation in a transparent process. And it is like the only fund that is income targeted from 0 to 60% area median income. So especially since the fees were established in 2007, like we're just really behind. It doesn't have as much purchasing power as it did back in 20 years ago. So this is something that we, from our perspective at the Homeless and Housing Coalition of Kentucky, is really critical to solving the housing supply gap for that income segment. And it's something that we're going to keep working on.
And I will say most other states put far more into their state affordable housing trust funds. Gabe, did you want to add to it? You're on mute, just so you know.
Yeah, for sure. I was waiting. Thank you so much. I feel like I'm waiting for the teacher calling me. That's what's right. Thank you. Just a real quick question. Was there any conversation about taking a more graduated approach because it's a pretty large leap to jump, 17, 18 years?
It would triple it. Yeah.
But
yes.
Was there any conversation about maybe sorry to cut you off, but like maybe saying, okay, this is the target and we want to get to CPI, we want to take a 3-year approach where we gradually increase it? Was there any appetite for that, or?
The opposition that we ran into was it, like I point blank asked, to be clear, we had a meeting with the Home Builders Association of Kentucky and the Realtors Association of Kentucky, and our if their opposition, like I asked, like, would it matter if it was $2, if it were 200, would you still be opposed? And they said yes. So I'm not saying that we can't try to do a more graduated approach in the future, but that was their position. I will also say, like, in working with this legislation, with this bill sponsor, our part of why we asked for it to be tripled was to theoretically negotiate it down. But didn't.
Yeah.
So there you go.
The other item that did not pass was you could perhaps consider it an aspirational element of the governor's budget, but the governor proposed in the budget to put $75 million per year for each of the upcoming biennium years, for a total of $150 million, into the Affordable Housing Trust Fund as a one-time or a two-time investment in addition to the fees. And Laurent, per your question, I feel like really as a state, we need some kind of like dramatic investment in housing acceleration, particularly affordable housing. And so this would have been like a game changing, right? We would at KHC have had to expand how we deploy it, maybe consider offering it for like construction lending. Like we would have gotten a lot more creative because we weren't managing a tiny pipeline for, our partners. One of the things that's really difficult is if our partners are going to grow and expand what they can do, they need to know it's a predictable dollar amount over time that they can work with versus tiny amounts or tiny one-time amounts. So this would have been more getting at like a really robust amount akin to what other states have done to accelerate housing development. But none of this passed. So let's go on to the thing that did pass. Next slide. Yes. So we did get an appropriation in House Bill 900 in this last legislative session, which basically appropriates $5 million. It's actually $5 million total, excuse me for the typo, for the next 2 years. So $2.5 million in each of the next 2 years, the budget biennium, for a total of $5 million. This is a typo here. So we will be deploying this. I think we might have another slide, Lisa. Yes, we will be deploying this basically roughly splitting it between multifamily and homeownership, along with our regular annual fees and some carryover from previous years. So it will increase the amount we have, right? In fiscal year 26, we estimate that we will deploy about 5.7 million in AHTF. And that will increase quite significantly in FY27 because of the new funding plus some carryover from future years. And one of the things that we often do, and we can do because of this new commitment of dollars, is we do what we call forward committing, meaning we commit to projects that we know will take a while, future years AHTF, just so that we are keeping a pipeline going and not creating these kind of like dormant phases where nothing's getting built. So that's why that number is quite a bit bigger. And I think that concludes my slides.
Wendy, may I ask you, pardon me, the 2-year appropriation that you just mentioned will come on top of the receipts?
The fees, yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you.
But again, it's 2 one-time. We don't know if it will ever happen again, right? So our mode is going to be to deploy it through our regular programs and processes because it's not enough and it's not a consistent amount over time to do big new things. If you get me. Thank you.
Right, so I'm going to talk to you about how just highlighting a project that we're using HTF in single family. This is a pretty exciting project, and it comes with pictures, and pictures are always fun. Right, so this is a project that Homes is working on in Thompson Branch. Thompson Branch, of course, is one of the higher ground communities that we put together in Eastern Kentucky, or worked in conjunction with a lot of partners to put together. It has a total of 8 units in it. 4 of those are using Affordable Housing Trust Fund in a combination of other funds. There's Team Kentucky money, some other pots of money in it. But right now, the project I'm gonna highlight one particular house, but this picture kind of shows the subdivision. We have a total of $342,275 with $118,500 converting to direct subsidy in those 4 projects. The units were originally targeted to be Rural Housing Trust Fund, but we switched them to Affordable Housing Trust Fund in conjunction in conversations with Homes because the buyers were all 60% AMI or area median income. And so it made more sense to make those Affordable Housing Trust Fund units and save that Rural Housing Trust Fund for people who are above that or closer to that 120% AMI. So that's just why it made more sense to make these Affordable Housing Trust Fund units. And here is another picture, a little bit larger for you to be able to see that development and what's surrounding it, which has beautiful views. The particular house that we're talking about is the one in this picture. This has solar panels on it. It has also encapsulated foam in the attic. This is primarily going to be a net zero community. So residents are right now reporting utility bills of as low as $20 a month, which is astonishing given the amount of utility bills in Eastern Kentucky. They typically are a little bit higher than other parts of the state. And then this is the next picture I'm going to show you this is the encapsulated foam in the attic. So you can kind of see what that looks like. Those are both energy saving measures just to keep those utilities low so that we can get closer to a net zero. So that is kind of the highlight of the way they're using Affordable Housing Trust Fund in Thompson Branch. Are there any questions about that? All right. If no questions, I will turn it over to Justin for multifamily.
Morning again. I'm going to cover a couple of projects that this one is actually in process, and then I'll show you another that is recently placed in service. Beattyville Manor is a 61-unit project-based Section 8 assisted elderly community in Beattyville. It's currently being rehabbed. It's approximately 75% complete. The project was originally placed in service in 1980. The developer is New Hope Development Services, Inc. And KHC invested $300,000 in HTF, $450,000 in home, $1 million in NHTF, and over $1 million in LIHTC for this project. We do have a couple of pictures to show you, though not much, because like I said, this project is still in process of being rehabbed, but you can see some of the new AC units being installed outside, along with the windows and edging being completed, and then you can see some of the new kitchen work going into these apartments. Shawnee Renaissance 3 is this project consists of 18 existing units, last rehabbed over 30 years ago, and it also has 4 new units, and these are in Louisville. It is project-based Section 8 assisted. It includes 6 one-bedroom units, 6 two-bedroom units, and 10 three-bedroom units. The developer is New Directions Housing Corporation, and Bywater is consulting on the project. KHC invested $750,000 in HTF and close to $3 million in tax-exempt bonds. I have lots of pictures for this one because they did great work on rehabbing these units. You can see that these are older buildings, and they look good on the outside, and they look even better on the inside. Not bad for last being worked on over 30 years ago. Any questions? Nope. Okay. Then I will hand it off. I think it's back to Wendy again, right?
I am not sure, Lisa. Oh, yes, it is. Just wanted to make sure you all know next week we have our annual conference. Hopefully many of you will be there. Please be sure to stop by and say hello to any of the staff on this meeting that are there. We'll be in Lexington on the 5th and 6th of next week. And we're excited the governor's going to be there. We're going to have a lot of great speakers and a lot of good sessions. We'll be sharing information about a new mortgage product that we rolled out yesterday. It's called a shared appreciation mortgage, where KHC holds a second mortgage that folks do not pay on, and it does not have interest. We hold that in second position. So they get a conventional mortgage through one of our partners funded by KHC. And then when they refi, sell their house, or pay off their mortgage, then our funds get repaid and we recycle them into the next shared appreciation mortgage. So it's a way to offer affordability in a really tough homeownership environment. For right now, our dollars are focused on folks at 80% AMI and below, and new construction homes only. This is a $10 million pilot that KHC is doing. We're going to talk about it a lot at the conference, among other things, but just want to encourage you all to come and attend.
Okay, thank you for that. One of the last things on our agenda is to recognize a committee member who has served for a long time. I first met her at the Golden Corral in London, Kentucky, 20 years ago, back before anyone had ever heard of Microsoft Teams or GoToWebinar or Zoom. And we used to have regional meetings of the Continuum of Care. And she, in addition to her role at KCOC, helped herd the cats that were members of the Region 5 Continuum of Care. And with that, Jennifer, I just wanted to thank you for your work on this committee and your work overall, and open the floor to you if there's anything you'd like to say. Or if I've embarrassed you completely, that's fine too.
No, you haven't embarrassed me. I can't believe you remember back that far. So, but no, it's been a pleasure serving on the committee and keeping informed on everything. And I've just enjoyed my time and just appreciate the opportunity, and just look forward to other opportunities like this. And any way I can continue to help Kentucky Housing Corporation, I'll be glad to do it. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
All right, the last item, second to last item, is any other business or announcements, any news folks want to share? Okay. Going once, going twice. The next meeting.
I forgot. I'm so sorry. I forgot to say an interesting fact. Deborah, I like to fish. Let's go fishing.
I love it. Okay. The next meeting will be January 27th, 2027 at 10:30 virtually. And in the meantime, if you have any questions about AHTF or any, I'm putting my advocacy hat on, any strategies to increase the funds that go into the trust fund that then can be turned into homes for Kentuckians, please feel free to reach out because we know the need is there, and you all do too. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on this committee. And with that, I will entertain a motion for adjournment. Everybody wants to stay on. Okay, who is that? Deborah?
Yes.
Great. Second,
I'll second.
okay. I don't know who that was, but was that Gabe?
It was Robert.
It was
Robert, thank
Robert. Okay, thank you, Robert. All right. With that, we'll see you all in 6 months.